From the Denovo Realty Studios in sunny Brevard County, Florida, the most important podcast on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, Denovo Realty Radio.
Hi guys, this is Flavia Barrial of Denovo Realty, and I'm here with...
Hey, I'm Canales with Sunbelt Title Agency.
We are here to talk about the importance of having a good title company to support your transaction. Tell me a little bit why it's important to have a title company, behind us when we are representing a seller, because seller chooses title company in Florida. So what is a title insurance? And tell me a little bit what you do.
So when thinking of title insurance, you're actually thinking of two different policies. There's an owner's policy that will protect the owner's rights for the property, and then there's a lender's insurance policy that'll protect the lender's rights to the property. So if the buyer's getting financing, they're going to be responsible for getting a lender's policy. Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, here in Brevard County, it's typical for the seller to provide the owner's policy to the new homeowner.
Okay.
So there's two different policies, and what I kind of like to explain it as is title insurance really kind of does like a background check on your property.
So you make sure the property doesn't have any problems, doesn't have any liens.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it protects you against any encumbrances to the property. So if there's any, like you said, liens, judgments, mortgages, anything like that, that's what we find out through the public records.
Okay. And then I know that in order for us to close and transfer that property to the new owner, everything has to be clean.
Precisely.
And ready to go.
So that's what we do. We kind of get a checklist, what we call the title commitment, and that'll show any encumbrances. So we kind of clear those. We work with the seller to get any kind of information, such as mortgage payoff. If there's a homeowners association involved, we work with them to get the estoppel. There's a few different things involved. But yes, once they get that owner's policy and the deed to the property, it should be clear title.
And who pays for all this work? Is there?
That's a great question. So it's different throughout the state. Like we said, here in Brevard and Indian River County, it's typical for the seller to pay for the owner's title insurance policy. And with that, title insurance, it's not expensive. It's a one-time fee that'll protect them for the lifetime that they own the policy or the property. And it's based off of the sales price of the house. So that's promulgated through the state.
So what should if you're shopping for a title company, what should you look for?
Right. So when shopping for title companies, you really want to find a company that's secure and stable. Your policy is really not going to do you any good if the company's out of business or if the underwriter's gone out of business. So with that being said, Sunbelt Title Agency, we've been in business for over 26 years. We've got 40 offices here in the state of Florida, and we're backed by Realty Corporation, which is the New York Stock Exchange Fortune 500 company.
Here, I love this paperwork you gave to me. It has, a little bit of information of everything.
Right.
Customer, seller expenses. So I think we talk a little bit about that. But can we give an idea, like documentary stamps on the deed? I know it's based on price.
Right.
And is how much is it?
So it's definitely a calculation, and I'll be honest, I'm not great with math, but we do have an app that you can download. It's free. It's called Title Snap. So if you want to calculate your own expenses, whether you're a seller or a buyer, you're free to do so. Or what I would really recommend is contacting your trusted real estate agent like Flavia to really get those different figures in there for you.
Okay, perfect. And how to access the
app?
Yeah,
it's called Title Snap, so it's free to download either on your Apple App Store or Google Play Store. It's a little blue icon, and Title Snap. Really easy to use. I'm not really tech savvy, so if I can figure it out, I promise all of you can too.
Awesome. Do you think anything important that I forgot to ask you?
Well, just like with any insurance policy, it's important to have title insurance for your property. It's really the biggest purchase you're going to make within your lifestyle or within your lifetime. So you're really going to want that assurance that your rights to your property are protected. Even with a really in-depth search on the property, things still come up. I mean, there's a lot of fraud in our industry, unfortunately. So anything like unknown heirs, any, clerical errors, any of that kind of stuff is protected under your title insurance policy.
Okay.
So
I know that when you're doing a mortgage, you have to use a title insurance and everything has. What about if you have if I'm working with a buyer and it's a cash buyer, still that buyer needs to be protected, that the house has no problems.
Exactly. Well, if you think about it that way, like you just said, if the lender's getting their own policy, you as a homeowner, wouldn't you want your own policy too?
Course.
So just like any other insurance.
I would not even work if the buyer say, I want to save that money, that is not a choice.
Right. And still, like we said in Brevard County, it's typical for the seller to pay for it. So as a buyer, it's a really convenient thing. And you being in real estate for as long as you have, I'm sure you've seen probably 99% of the time they will get an owner's policy.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah.
Yeah. So again, I'm trying to do these videos every week because I want to put content out there. I want to put the right information for you guys. And I think it's very important for you to know that on a real estate transaction, is so many parts involved. Is the mortgage, having a good mortgage lender, having a good title company, and having a good realtor to represent you. If you have a good team, you end up saving money and headaches by the end of the day. Right?
So true.
All right. Well, thank you so much
Flavia,
for coming here. I love
me.
it.
This was really great. Look forward to our closing next week.
Yeah.
And thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Now go!